Hey folks, Duke does. Welcome back to my channel. I bet you're sitting in your chair going, Duke does, where have you been? What in the world have you been doing? I've been sitting in my chair, sitting on my couch, laying on my bed, waiting for a new video from you. You got some answers to give us, mister, and I'm going to do that today. I'll tell you a little bit about where I've been, and then I'm going to get into some information about the channel, where it's going, what's happening with that, where I've been, okay? My birthday was June 4th, and the week after that, we had a funeral for a relative who had been missing for 73 years. My Uncle Gene, his full name is Oscar Eugene Saffington. He was a private in the U.S. Army during World War II. And his division was moving forward into Germany. They was in a town called Hertingen, I think Hertingen, Germany. And while they was fighting the Germans, my uncle stepped on a landmine, and he wasn't seen after that. He had been MIA since then. And 2 years later, he went missing in 45. 2 years later, a woodsman found his remains, buried them in a shallow grave. They were later reprimanded by a foreign a cemetery for foreign soldiers, and he was buried in Belgium in an unmarked grave. 73 years later, an organization had contacted some of my family members and had them DNA tested against his remains. Those relatives were almost 100% match. I mean, it was, my cousin Gerald was an exact match. So that meant that Uncle Gene was coming home. And so June 6th, his remains were flown back into Oklahoma. And June 7th and 8th, they had a viewing for his, it was a viewing, but there was no body to view. Anyway, I don't know where I was going to go with that, but on June 9th, his remains were buried in a plot at the foot of his parents' grave. Uncle Gene was my great-grandmother's brother, so his parents were my great-great-grandparents. And they always knew that he would come home. Didn't think it'd be 73 years later, but yes, they bought that plot knowing that one day his body would come home. And my great-great-grandmother prayed every night for Jeannie Boy to come home. That's what she called him, Jeannie Boy. And I've got some letters that were given to me by a relative that were written between my great-great-grandmother and her son Gene, my Uncle Gene. And they're really heartwarming and very sad, knowing that he would come up missing within a few months after them letters were written. It'll get you here reading them. It really will. But anyway, I wanted to be there for that and to be there for family, and it felt good. You know, that whole week was all about family, and it re-energized my love, one, my love for family, and two, my interest in genealogy. So I'm back to doing that now. Not like I was for a while there. I was doing it for almost every day, but I am getting back into adding pictures and looking up dates and times and all that stuff, and I've really been enjoying that. Now, this past week and part of this week, I've been busy getting ready for a trip that I'm taking. I'm going to Fredericksburg, Texas, and I'll be there for about 4 or 5 days. So if you want to do a meet and greet, if you guys want to just meet somewhere and hang out, let me know. I'd be glad to do that. I'll leave Thursday and come back on Monday. So I have a few days in between to where I can chill out, say hi to you all, or do whatever. Have an impromptu class, whatever you guys want to do. Let me know. You can hit me up through the email system here on YouTube, or you can get on my Facebook and holler at me there. It's www.facebook.com/DougGreen and then the number 3. So www.facebook.com/DougGreen3. That's my Facebook. You can holler at me on there, and we can see what we can do about a meetup or whatever. Now, some of my time will be limited while I'm there because I do have some things planned out, but just let me know if you want to hook up and we'll see what we can do. I would love to meet some of you guys that have been with me a while. It'd be really cool if I could do that, but it all depends on time and whatnot. Yeah, I've been busy kind of getting the house dealt with, things bought for the trip, and that's kind of where my head's been lately. But that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been up to. Now, let's get into the channel because this is going to be some important stuff that I need to tell you guys. First of all, there's been a slight change already to my channel. If anyone has gone looking for the Bachman videos, the Bachman Kung Fu, I have taken those down. I have come to the decision that things don't feel right with me. I finished the Sub-G video, and while I was doing that video, it was a very arduous video to make because something did not feel right during that video. Now, I don't know if it was me, the way the video was going or what, but that whole experience took a lot out of me. And I don't know if it's because I haven't taught Bachman so long and I've forgotten so much of it that, and see, I'm having to go back and relearn it while I'm doing these videos. My master, Lai Hung, is no longer with us. There's no one here in America other than me teaching his brand of Bachman. And so I have no way to contact the others to know if I'm doing things right. So I'm having to base what I remember and blending it with another style of Bachman that is very similar to make it look good for you guys. Because if I was just basing it on what I know, the form would be very short, and I don't want that. Eddie Chong's style of Bachman is very similar to the one that I learned. So I've been using his Sub-G form as a template to kind of, fill in the blanks of what I don't remember. Because it has been a long while since I've shared the Bachman system as a whole with anyone. And so I thought I would just stop there and really work on the system, get it back to where it was at before I share it with you guys. And so I'm still going to film the forms and the other things that I know about Bachman so that I could share it with you guys, because I believe that Master Hung style should be shared. It's a very interesting system. and I want you guys to see it in its entirety. So while I'm working on that and getting it ready for you guys to see, I'm going to be sharing other knowledge that I have. I have well over 30 years of martial arts experience, more than I've shared with you guys. And that's the other thing I want to do with my channel. I feel like that I've kind of shortchanged you guys on Bante Kame and on Nistemano. I've been kind of like all over the place with both of them. And I'm thinking about restructuring those playlists to where it'll follow the way I would teach it in schools. So that way you're kind of, you're at par with how I would be teaching it and how you would be going through each rank, if you know what I mean. And I think it would be a lot better for you guys and as me as well. Also, it would help me to systemize Bante Command a little bit better, because when I was putting that style together on paper, I only got up to blue belt, and I want to take it all the way to black belt. In order for me to do that, I'm going to have to restructure the system on film so that you guys would be able to know exactly what I'm talking about. Like if you were here in front of me learning directly from me. And there are things that I've learned since I've been on this channel that I want to put into the Bante Kame system. So that's another thing that's been going through my head. So let me know what you think, about all of it. I love it when you guys comment about anything, whether you like the video or what I did wrong or anything. I really, really enjoyed it, and I thank you guys for having a voice, because if I just ran this channel without you guys' input, it wouldn't be where it is now. And so you guys are the most important part of this channel. So your comments are extremely important to me. So please do not hesitate to jump in there and let me know exactly what you think, because you're in the driver's seat, not me. Okay? And, but I think it's all I have for now. I don't think I missed anything. That'd be another thing you can comment about. But I thank you guys so much for coming to my channel, viewing my videos, commenting, liking, subscribing. Like I say, the more the merrier. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because like I say all the time, the more of us there are, the more we can do, and the more we can really affect not only YouTube but the world. Because martial arts is not just about the martial arts. It's about life and how you can apply it to life. And everything that I teach has a broader impact on your life. Whether it be you need a more indomitable spirit, that never say die attitude, you're going to kick some butt, you're going to get it done. Or you need some self-discipline, you just need to get better fit. I mean, whatever it is you need in your life, you can get it through the martial arts. Either through the philosophy of it, the practice of it, or just simply viewing it. I don't really get into the philosophy a whole lot, because a lot of it's tied to religion, and one thing I really don't want to get into on my channel or online, period, is politics and religion, because everybody has their own opinion on that, and some people get out of control with it. So I try to avoid that. If you do want to have a philosophical discussion with me about the martial arts and its ideals in general, contact me offline. I'll be glad to have that conversation with you. Well, folks, this is Duker Does. Y'all have a really good day. And again, I thank you for come watching. And as always, do good and deuces. Bye-bye.